Answer in one sentence. Make a list of ancient Indian universities. The ancient Indian universities are Takshashila, Varanasi, Vallabhi, Nalanda, Vikramshila, and Kanchi. Make a list of the Indian goods that were in demand in foreign countries. Indian goods like fine textiles, ivory, precious stones, spices, beautifully made earthen pottery were in great demand in foreign countries. Name the following epics and poetic compositions of ancient India. Epics Silapadikaram and Manimekalai, and Arsha epics Ramayana and Mahabharata, and Paumcharya, a poetic work, are composition of ancient India. Fill in the blanks. The epic Ramayana was composed by Rishi Dash Valmiki. The science of Indian medicine is called Dash Ayurveda. Thousands of students could live at the Dash University. Nalanda. Answer in brief. Explain what is meant by Tipitaka. Tipitaka is a Buddhist religious text written in Pali. It contains three categories of texts. Sutta Pitaka. It includes the texts of Gautama Buddha's teachings or sermons. They are called Suktas. Vinay Pitaka. The Vinay Pitaka gives the rules of behavior which bhikkhus and bhikkhunis in the Bauddha Sangha should follow in their day-to-day lives. Abhidhamma Pitaka. Abhidhamma Pitaka is the systematic analysis of the Buddhist doctrines. What is the message of the Bhagavad Gita? The Bhagavad Gita tells us that each one of us should do our duty without expecting rewards. It also says that the path of devotion to God is open to all. What aspects does Ayurveda take into account? Ayurveda is an Indian medical science. It has a very old tradition. It seeks to understand the symptoms of an illness, its diagnosis and treatment. Also, much thought has been given to prevention of illness. What is meant by Sangam literature? Sangam means a gathering of learned men. The literature compiled in such gatherings is known as Sangam literature. It is the most ancient literature in Tamil. Discuss art and architecture of the Maurya and Gupta period. Indian architecture reached its peak during the Maurya and the Gupta periods. The stone pillars erected by Emperor Ashoka at various places are excellent examples of Indian sculpture. The stupa at Sanchi and cave sculptures at Udayagiri, Kandagiri, Karla, Nashik, Ajanta, Ellora, etc. show that the same tradition advanced even further. The art of making images were developed during the Gupta period. Temple architecture developed during the reigns of the Chalukya and Pallava dynasties in South India. What would you do? How would you obtain information about Ayurvedic medicine and use it in your day-to-day life? I will try to get information about Ayurveda from different literature that is available either in bookstores or on internet. I will try to deal with minor ailments like cough, cold, acidity, aches and pains in day-to-day life through Ayurvedic stores. I will try to improve my health in order to prevent ailments by taking Ayurvedic medicines to improve my immunity. On a trip to a historical site, your friend is writing his name on the structure. When on a trip to a historical site, I see my friend write his name on the structure. I will gently tell him the importance of historical monuments and also how the ancient Indians must have built it with lots of effort without modern technology and equipment. Thus, invoking respect for the ancient fellow Indians is my friend. Also telling him how proud we Indians should be of their art and talents. Observe the picture of the stupa at Sanchi and obtain more information about it. Sanchi is an outstanding specimen of Buddhist art and architecture. The Sanchi stupa is one of the best preserved early stupa in central India. The Sanchi stupa is surrounded by a railing with 4 carved gateways facing in all 4 directions. An important characteristic about Sanchi stupa is that Lord Buddha has been symbolically represented by footsteps, wheels, thrones, etc., rather than by his own image. The Sanchi Stupa is one of the most wonderful structures of ancient India.